The wisdom that's from above is first pure, then peaceable, gentle, willing to yield. Willing to yield. Wow, willing to yield. Full of mercy and good fruits, without partiality and without hypocrisy. Let me tell you, none of us have done this 100%. None of us. But there should be a diminishing amount of that in our lives. And that's going to be the source of peace. If we want peace in this land of Canada, if we want peace in the province of Alberta, it's going to come because people have cut off the tributaries of war. They've cut off the source of war, the source of evil, the source of murder, the source of hatred. See, we have the power as the people of God, and we're the only ones to sow righteousness. And yet, when it comes to this process, how good are we doing? Well, we're going to do a lot better in the months and years to come. Because God's truth is shining on this with such a clarity and with such a ferocious intensity. There's going to be a generation that are going to get this. There's going to be a people who realize that, okay, I cannot pretend this doesn't happen. But you say, well, yeah, but in this case, because I was defending righteousness, it was justified. No, the wisdom that's from above is easily entreated, willing to yield. It is not. When has God ever yielded to a plan that was not his? How about anointing Saul? Who was upset about that? Samuel was upset. The people wanted Saul for their king, and Samuel was like, they're departing from the Lord. And then, because Samuel is representing the Lord. He's invested in God's reputation here, right? And so God comes to Samuel and he says, anoint Saul for them, but this is wrong. He said, Samuel, they're not rejecting you. You get what happened there? Samuel pretended to be standing for the honor of God, but he was really personally offended because his ministry, his service to the nation was being overlooked. The source of that depression, anger, whatever else against the nation of Israel was because he himself had been overlooked. Such a God to say to them, they're rejecting me, not you. And me, because I'm God, I'm willing to yield. You know why? Because time is on my side. And I will have my king on my holy hill. I got workarounds for everything. And I'm willing that the people, the nation of Israel, would walk through the process that they need to walk through, because if that's the king you want, if you are set on having that king, I'm going to give you that king. And at the end of the day, you're gonna beg me for my king. Right now, you're not ready for my king. You will be.